Fear kills faster than death because it kills your will. Not today. Stay with me. I'll show you how to make fear small and your action big. In a few minutes, you'll have a simple rule, a short phrase, and a daily drill to end fear's grip. In this video, I show you why fear is the worst loss. Not pain, not failure, fear, and how to beat it without hype. You'll learn to spot fear fast, cut its fuel, and act anyway. I'll hand you one rule to use each hour, one phrase to say before you move, and a short daily drill that locks in courage. By the end, you'll feel steadier, clearer, and in charge of your next step. You know the loop. Your chest tightens, your breath goes shallow, you stall, then you tell a smart story to make it sound okay. I'm not here to shame you. I'm here to give your hands back the wheel. We'll make fear visible. We'll make action simple, and we'll keep it small enough to use when your day gets loud. Here's how we'll move. First, I'll show you what fear really is and what it isn't, so it loses its mask. Then we'll train choice, a clear rule, a short line, and 3 checkpoints. After that, we'll turn on 4 engines: clean work, sharp thought, warm heart, and a steady mind, so you hold your ground when life pushes back. I'll end with a 2-minute drill you can use anytime. There's a twist near the end that changes how you see failure. Don't miss it. Let's begin. We just opened the 2 doors together, and you chose strength. So let's make that choice real in the next breath, because here's something most people completely miss when fear shows up and starts talking fast in their head. Fear isn't the thing in front of you. Fear is the picture in your mind about the thing, and the picture is loud, bright, and wrong. So I'm going to give you a way to see it, cut its fuel, and step anyway. And I'll keep it simple so you can use it today when the phone rings, when the email lands, when your name is called and your heart jumps. Imagine 2 people about to do the same hard task, same room, same time, same stakes. One freezes and starts bargaining with the air. The other rolls their shoulders back, takes one slow breath, says one clear line out loud, and begins. And the difference is not talent or fate. The difference is this one truth. The first person believes the picture. The second person looks at the thing. That's what I want for you in the next 3 minutes. Eyes on the thing, not the picture. Hands on the wheel, not the dream of the ditch. Why does this matter so much? Because if you mix up picture and fact, you lose the day before it starts. You burn energy on a shadow. You speak to a ghost. You wait for a feeling that never comes. And then you call the delay being careful. And the cost is heavy. Lost time, lost chances. A mind that learns to doubt you. But when you get it right, the whole scene changes. Your body calms, your voice steadies, the task shrinks to its true size, and you move. And once you move, the fear drops like fog in the sun. What is the move? It's 3 steps, fast and plain. Step 1, see the trick. Say to yourself, this is a picture, not a fact. And watch how that one sentence pulls you out of the movie and puts you in the room. Step 2, cut the fuel. Bring your shoulders back like a proud coat. Breathe in for 4 and out for 4, and speak one clean line out loud. I like, here's what's real. Followed by the plain next step. Step 3, act small and now. Touch the first part of the task, just the first part, and don't argue with yourself while you do it. That's the whole key. Action shrinks fear. Waiting feeds it. Let me prove it with 2 little stories you can carry in your pocket and pull out when the wind rises. First, the rope and the snake in dim light. You've heard it, but hear it fresh. You jump, your heart pounds, your mind screams snake. Then someone brings a lamp close and you see rope, not snake, and your fear falls off your body like a heavy coat in summer. What changed? Not the rope, the light. Bring the lamp. Your lamp is the sentence. This is a picture, not a fact. Plus 1 slow breath and 1 small act. Second, the knock at the door. Fear bangs hard. You panic, you hide. It keeps knocking. Try a different move. Open the door, look, name what you see, and do the next right thing. Most days, no one is standing there, just sound and air. And even when something is there, it is never as big as the knock made it seem. Now, you might be thinking, but what if the fear is right and I fail? Good. Name that too. Failing on a fact is clean and useful. And failing on a picture is waste. We pick clean and useful every time. Here's a little drill to make this real before the day ends. Pick one thing you've been putting off. A call, a message, a line you need to say. And do the picture posture phrase peace drill. Picture, whisper. Fear made a picture. And watch it soften. Posture, shoulders back, chin level, slow breath in and out. Phrase, say, Here's what's real. Then speak the first tiny action. Peace. Do the first 60 seconds of the task. Only 60. No drama, no speech about it. Just begin. At the end of that minute, you'll have proof in your own body. The room is the same, but you are different, and that's enough to keep going. Add a tiny bit of humor if you can. It helps. I sometimes tell the picture, nice costume, and it loses half its power right there. If it helps, use a quick physical cue. Tap the table twice, touch the doorknob, snap your fingers. Anything that marks the switch from picture to action. The brain loves a handle. Now, hold this with me as we close this section. Every time you see the trick, cut the fuel and take the first small step. You're teaching your mind who leads, and minds remember leaders. That's powerful on its own. But combine it with what I'm about to give you next. A rule to guide every hour, a phrase to speak before you move, and 3 checkpoints that lock the change into your day. And you'll feel fear fold even faster. Now that you can spot fear in a flash, let's pick strength on command and make it your default. You've seen the trick. You cut the fuel, you took the first small step, and that's the moment fear starts to shrink. So now we make strength the default, not a lucky mood, because here's what most people completely miss when they try to be brave. They wait to feel strong before they act, and waiting hands the day to fear, while the ones who move build strength by acting first and letting feeling catch up. And that flip, act first, feel second, changes everything. Picture 2 people with the same plan for today. One keeps checking if they feel ready and burns an hour at the gate. The other runs a tiny system like a pilot. Quick checks, clear call, wheels up. One keeps asking, do I want to? The other asks, does this make me strong? And moves. The difference is not willpower, it's training. And we're about to train it into you so deep that your body will know what to do even when your mind is loud. Why does this matter so much? Because if you chase a feeling, you'll keep moving your own start line. You'll talk yourself into tiny delays that stack into big regrets, and by night your mind won't trust your word. But if you nail this, your day gets quiet and firm. You start on time, you finish what you start, and you go to bed with the kind of calm that can't be faked. What's the move? It's a pocket kit. 1 rule, 1 phrase, 3 checkpoints, small enough to carry, strong enough to hold under stress. The rule is your compass each hour. Does this make me strong? Ask it before you click, before you speak, before you say yes. If it's a no, you already know the answer. The phrase is your ignition. I act first, feelings follow. Say it low, almost like you're telling your hands what to do, and move within 5 seconds so the mind can't build a new picture. The 3 checkpoints are where you prove you mean it. Morning, midday, evening. And at each one, you keep 1 tiny promise that you can't wiggle out of. 2 minutes to start the task, or 1 clean message sent, or 10 lines written, or 5 slow breaths before the next call. Small on purpose, because small gets done, and done trains trust, and trust is strength. How do you run it in real life without drama? Try this today, and don't change a thing. Morning. Before you touch the noise, ask the rule, speak the phrase, and do 2 minutes of the first real task with your shoulders open and your breath even. 2 minutes, that's it. When you stand up, you'll feel taller because you kept your word while the world was still quiet. Midday, when your energy dips and the old habit wants a quick escape, ask the rule again, speak the phrase again, and keep 1. Small promise that points at your real work. Reply to 1 hard message with a clear line, or outline 3 bullets for the next step, or walk while you make the call you've delayed. You'll feel the dip, but you won't bow to it, and that's how roots grow. Evening, when your brain wants to call it a day and slide, ask the rule 1 more time, speak the phrase 1 more time, and keep 1 small promise that closes your loop. Name tomorrow's first action on a card, put the phone in another room, set the glass of water where you'll see it. Then sit for 60 seconds, say, win, fix, release, and let the night take you. Do this for 7 days and you'll stack 21 clean reps of choice. That's a new groove forming, and grooves beat moods. Now you might be thinking, what if I say the phrase and still don't move? Then we make it even smaller and even faster. Ask the rule, say the phrase, and touch the task with your hands. Open the dock, place the call, lay out the shoes, because touch breaks the spell. Or we add 1 tiny cue that makes you smile, like a gentle tap on the desk or a quick step forward, and that body signal tells your brain, we're going, and your brain follows. Or you might say, what if I keep the promise in the morning and fail at noon? Good. You learned where the floor is soft. We don't quit. And we tighten the promise for that checkpoint tomorrow, and we guard it like a post. Remember the oak in the storm. We're not shouting at the wind. We're deepening roots, and roots deepen by holding when it's hard, 1 inch at a time. Keep listening because this next line saves hours of noise. The rule answers what? The phrase starts how, but the checkpoints prove who. And identity beats motivation every single time. Every small promise kept tells your nervous system, I'm the kind of person who acts first. And the next choice comes easier, and the next, and soon the question, do I feel ready, stops showing up, because ready is what you become by acting. That's powerful on its own. But now I'm going to lock it in with the 4 engines that keep courage running when life pushes back. Clean work that doesn't cling to outcome, sharp wisdom that cuts weak thoughts, warm devotion that melts the small self, and a steady mind that obeys on command. Head and hands first. We'll start with work and wisdom, and I'll give you one counterintuitive move. Excellence first, numbers later, that will make fear run out of fuel before lunch. You trained the choice, you proved it at 3 checkpoints, now we lock it in with the first 2 engines, work and wisdom, because here's what most people completely miss when they try to beat fear during the day. They stare at results, chase numbers, and beg for signs. And in that chase, they leak power from the one place it lives, the act in front of them. So I'm going to flip that for you in one clean move that sounds almost backward at first, but frees your whole day. Excellence first, numbers later. And I'll show you how to run it so simply that you'll feel lighter in the first hour. Picture 2 creators with the same task, same script, same deadline. One checks stats before they write, checks again at the first sentence, checks again after a paragraph, and their work turns thin and shaky. The other closes the door on numbers, sets one small quality bar, and pours everything into the line in front of them. And when they finish, they release it without a prayer to the chart. Then they start the next right piece. The difference is not luck. The difference is karma in action. Do the nearest duty like worship, and Jnana in the mind. Cut the weak thought before it eats your strength. Why does this matter so much? Because if you tie your nerves to outcomes you can't control, fear has endless fuel. It feeds on refresh buttons and what ifs. It rides every rise and fall like a storm on a loose roof. And you end the day tired and unsure. But if you tie your nerves to the quality of the act you can control, fear runs out of air. Your breath slows, your hands steady, and your craft gets better fast. And with better craft, the numbers usually follow. And even when they don't, you sleep clean. So what's the move in plain words? 3 lines you can live today. 1. Do the nearest duty as worship. Pick the next right piece and give it honest care. 2. Offer the fruit. Release the outcome the moment the act is complete. No clinging, no bargaining. 3. Discriminate. Test each thought at the door. Does it make me strong or does it drain me? If strong, keep it. If drain, cut it. That's karma. That's Jnana. That's your head and hands working as one. Let me make it real with the short run you can try before lunch. Choose your task. Say out loud. Nearest duty, write the opening page, or nearest duty, call the client with one clear update, or nearest duty, clean the draft for 10 minutes. Now set the bar with one vivid word. Smooth, true, tight, kind. Something your body understands. Start a 15-minute block with your shoulders open and your phone away. When your mind reaches for the numbers, catch the thought and label it drain. Then cut it with a breath and a line like, excellence first, and return without a speech. At minute 15, stop. Check the single word you chose. Make one clean pass to meet it. Then say out loud, fruit offered. Hit send or save and stand up. No refresh, no postmortem. Begin the next small piece. You just ran karma and Jnana together and you'll feel the difference in your chest. Warm, steady, ready. Here's the proof picture that will stick when the day gets hot. A lute with 4 strings, and today we tune 2, work and wisdom. When work is slack and wisdom is noisy, every note buzzes. You press harder, fear gets louder, and the song goes flat. But when you tighten the work to excellence and you cut the weak thoughts before they hum, the note turns clear, the room feels bigger, your hands relax, and you play longer without strain. Another picture, gold in a clean flame. You are not burning yourself. You're burning what doesn't belong, rushing, clinging, doubting. And the shine that appears is not new. It was hidden. If you worry the flame will take too much, Remember this tiny rule that keeps you safe. Short heat, steady air, which means short focused blocks and steady breathing. 5 minutes is enough to start, 15 is a gift, 90 is a marathon you don't need today. Keep the air steady with 4 in, 4 out. Keep the flame clean by returning without anger every time a draining thought shows up. Now, let's sharpen the discrimination piece, because this is where fear sneaks back in a new mask. The mind offers you thoughts that sound helpful, but bend your spine. Check the chart so you know if it's worth trying. Add 3 more tasks so you don't miss out. Wait for a better mood, and each one promises safety while it steals time. Hold each thought to a simple test, strong or drain, and don't overthink it. Your body knows. The strong thought makes you taller. The drain thought makes you smaller. Keep the strong, cut the drain. Replace each cut with a strong twin. Check the chart at 4 p.m. only. Finish the nearest duty before adding new. Mood follows action. If you like numbers, run this tiny counter on paper. Every time you cut a drain, make 1 mark. Aim for 5 cuts today. By evening, look at the marks and you'll see discipline as ink, not as hope. And that picture builds trust. You might say, what if I need the numbers for my job? Then schedule them like medicine you take on time, not like candy you sneak. 2 doses, maybe 3, late morning, late afternoon, end of day, no more, and never during a quality block. When the urge hits early, smile and say, we have a time for that, and return to the nearest duty. Or you might say, what if the task is dull? Good. Dull is a gem for attention. Set a tiny craft goal inside it. Make this email kind and clear. Make this edit tight and smooth, and work the muscle. Boredom is often just talent that wants a toy. And if a mistake lands and your stomach drops, run the same 3 lines fast. Nearest duty, own it, offer the fruit, fix, send, release, discriminate, cut the spiral thought, keep the lesson, and move. Fear feeds on spirals. Lessons live in straight lines. Hold this as we close the engine and bridge to the next. Today you aimed the hands at the nearest duty. You kept your eyes on excellence. You let the fruit go, and you used wisdom like a quiet sword at the door of your mind. That's enough to change the texture of your next hour. But when you add devotion to warm the heart and mind mastery to steady the focus, something new happens. The little eye that clings begins to melt. The mind learns to sit when you say sit, and fear runs out of rooms to hide in. Head and hands are steady. Now we warm the heart and train the mind so your courage doesn't crack when the world gets loud. Head and hands are steady, so now we warm the heart and teach the mind to sit. Because here's what most people completely miss when they try to be bold all day long. Without love in the chest, the work turns dry, and without a trained mind, even a good plan breaks in your hands. So I'm going to give you a soft fire for the heart and a simple leash for the mind. And once you feel both, you'll notice fear has fewer rooms to hide in. Picture 2 people in the same long afternoon, both tired, both facing a hard call. One drags a cart of worries and argues with every thought. The other bows once inside, holds a quiet name on the breath, sits for a few minutes and rises clear. And the difference is not luck. The difference is this next move that might seem strange at first but changes everything. Love melts fear, and a still mind carries power. Why does this matter so much? Because when you forget love, you shrink into a small self that needs applause to keep moving, and fear loves that small space. But when you lift your heart to something higher, call it truth, peace, God, light, or a single holy name, you get wide on the inside and fear loses its grip. And when you forget to train the mind, you spend the day putting out fires you lit with your own restless hands. Yet when you give the mind a clear seat and a simple task, it starts to obey. And an obedient mind is worth more than a perfect plan. What's the move? It's twofold and plain. First, devotion. Choose an ideal that lifts you and carry it in your breath all day. Not loud, not forced, just a thread you hold so you don't get lost. Second, mind mastery. Run a 5-minute lamp drill that steadies posture, smooths breath, and gives attention one clean point. And when the mind wanders, you return without anger, because every return is strength. Let's make devotion real in your body right now. Pick a word that opens your chest. Peace, courage, truth, or a sacred name you trust, and place it at the edge of your breath the way a note rides a flute. You don't push it, you let it float. In the hallway, on a walk, between tasks, the word is there like a warm stone in your pocket. Why this word? Because love makes you wide, and wide people don't scare easy. Try it when someone's voice is sharp and you feel heat rise in your neck. Hold the name once. See the same worth in them that you want them to see in you. Answer clear and kind and move on. That's not weakness. That's strength that includes others. If you want a picture to keep, use this. Ice melting in the sea. The little I that clings is ice. The ideal you chose is sea. And when they meet, the hard edge softens and the whole becomes water. That's what devotion does inside your day. Less edge, more reach, more calm power. Now the drill that teaches the mind to carry that calm. I call it the lamp because your attention becomes a flame that doesn't flicker. Sit as you are or on a simple chair. Spine tall but not stiff. Hands easy. Eyes closed like you're smiling to yourself. Breathe in for 4, out for 4 times just to settle the dust. Then pick a point. The feel of air at the nose, the rise and fall in the chest, or the word you chose resting softly in the heart. Hold that one point. Thoughts will come. Let them pass like birds over a field. Don't chase, don't clap, don't curse. Return. If it helps, say back in a whisper and land again. 5 minutes. That's all. If the mind runs 100 times and you return 100 times, you win 100 times. That's the rule. And if you want numbers, here they are. 1 steady seat, 5 quiet minutes, 3 clear returns at least. If you return 3 times, you did the work. If you return 30, you trained like a champion. Here's how the two pieces link when the day gets loud. Before a hard task, take 1 minute of lamp, posture tall, breath even, 1 point. And on the exhale, touch your chosen name once, soft, no drama, just a hand on the shoulder of your own heart. Then stand and begin at once, because the window between calm and action is small, and you don't want to fill it with new thoughts. Midday, when the dip hits, walk for 60 seconds with the word riding your breath. 4 steps in, 4 steps out, eyes soft, jaw loose. You'll feel the tide turn in your chest. In the evening, sit again for 2 minutes to rinse the dust from the mind and close with a quiet thank you to the day, to the work, to the people who crossed your path. Gratitude is devotion in plain clothes, and it keeps the heart warm without show. If you stumble and the mind shouts you did it wrong, smile and say we return and sit tomorrow. The mind respects people who show up. Now a small story you'll remember when pressure rises. 2 climbers on the same wall, same route, same wind. One keeps staring at the top and slips because the mind is 5 moves ahead. The other breathes the word they love, feels the stone under the next finger, places weight in the next hole, and rises. Same wall, different mind. The second climber used the lamp to bring the focus home and devotion to keep the heart from shrinking. Do you see it? Fear doesn't need a lecture. It needs less room, and love plus steady attention take the space back. So when a spike hits, an email, a glare, a number you don't like, run this tiny stack. Shoulders back, breath 4 in and 4 out, touch the word once, choose the next right inch, move. That stack fits in 10 seconds. It changes the hour. Hold this with me as we close the engine and keep the tempo of the day. Devotion makes you wide, mind training makes you steady, and wide plus steady beats loud plus scared every time. And when you pair this with what we already built, nearest, duty, offered fruit, strong thoughts kept, weak thoughts cut, you start to feel a new baseline, not hype, not a spike, a baseline you can trust. Tools are set. Let's seal the week so the change holds. I'll fold everything into a short daily rhythm you can keep on your best day and your worst day. And by next week, people will ask what changed, and you'll just smile because you'll know. It wasn't luck, it was love, a lamp, and the next right step. You've got the tools in your hands now, so let's lock them in while the iron is hot. We named fear. We cut its fuel. We moved first. We asked the hour-by-hour question, does this make me strong? We set the word on the breath. We sat with the lamp and brought the mind back again and again. And we worked the nearest duty with clean care, then let the fruit go. That's a full kit. Now we make it a week you can keep. Here's how we seal it. For the next 7 days, I run one simple line each morning, noon, and night. I ask, does this make me strong? I answer fast. Then I say, I act first. Feelings follow. And I keep one small promise on the spot. 2 minutes to start the real task. one clear call. 5 slow breaths before I speak. Beat. At the end of each day, I sit for 1 quiet minute. I count win, fix, release. I keep 1 win to build pride without noise. I pick 1 fix so tomorrow starts clean. I release the numbers so sleep can hold me. That's it. No drama, no speeches, just proof. If fear knocks, I open the door. Shoulders back, 4 in, 4 out. I touch the word I chose. Peace, courage, truth. I name what is real. Then I take the next inch. I don't wait for ready. Ready grows from action. If the chart calls my name, I smile and say, we have a time for that. And I return to the nearest duty. Excellence first, numbers later. If a weak thought slides in, check again, stall again, hide again. I mark it drain, I cut it, and I replace it with the strong twin. Start now, keep small, move once. I don't fight the mind, I train it. Each return is a rep. Reps make roots. Listen to me here. This week isn't about being heroic. It's about being honest. 1 rule each hour. 1 phrase before you move. 1 tiny promise at 3 checkpoints. That's 21 clean reps of courage in 7 days. Stack them, and fear starts to fold on sight. Your voice steadies. Your hands work. Your sleep deepens. People around you feel it, and they don't know why. You will know why. You took your life back in inches, not with noise, but with steady steps and a warm heart. Say it with me once, out loud so your body hears it. I act first, feelings follow. Beat. Good. Keep that line close. Keep the lamp close. Keep the work clean and let the fruit go. In 1 week, you'll look back and see a path where there used to be fog. Now, if you want a fast tool you can use anywhere, on a call, in a crowd, before a hard talk, I've got a 2-minute drill that folds posture, breath, and focus into 1 clear move. It calms fear on the spot and sets your mind in the saddle. I'll teach it step by step.